Hello,
Hey,
we're back.
yeah. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to our Sunday night offering of Astronomy Out Edutainment, the Sunday Night Astronomy Show. Hi.
Yay!
My name is Chris Kerwin. I'm the creator of the social media channels known as Astronomy by the Bay. I'm also an amateur astronomer and a member of the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada. First of all, I'd like to welcome back my two regular co-hosts this evening, Paul Owen from the Moon Shadow Observatory in beautiful Hampton. Hey, Paul.
Good evening.
And Mr. Mike Powell from the PFO Observatory here in St. John. Hey, Mike.
Hello.
Hello. And
My name is Danny Kerwin, and I want to say welcome to your show.
our brother Danny's our biggest fan. He's watched every episode since we started the program. So Danny's here tonight to help me produce tonight and see how things go together. So welcome, Dan.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
Dan.
Welcome.
Glad to have you here.
Awesome. Okay.
Me too.
Okay, so we'd like to welcome all of you back from YouTube and Facebook land, and thank you so much for your support. Okay, on tonight's episode of the Sunday Night Astronomy Show, now yesterday's partial eclipse was an amazing event, and all of it happening at sunrise. Made it an extra special event. For us, who witnessed it, either with your own eyes or online, it was another chance to marvel at a magical event that has been occurring throughout history, and another chance to bring us all together to share a rare, happy moment in these difficult times. Well, what was your experience like? We would like to know on the program, so send in your comments, please. We also have a large number of your memories ready to share tonight, and I mean a large number. So we'll also be sharing all of our own experience as well, and discuss when we might have another opportunity to witness another one. So, also tonight, Bible Bud will be returned with another fine binocular target of the week. Yes, sir. Paul will introduce another Rosanna's Fun Fact episode, and I'll have a quick look at some upcoming celestial events. And of course, all of your photo submissions. So we'll get started tonight then with the chat about the partial eclipse yesterday, guys, and here we are.
Yeah. Well,
One word. Wow.
yes. Yeah, wow. I have one. Brr.
Yeah, yeah, Burr is right.
Yeah. It was interesting. I think Chris never got the accolades for going to find a second spot, but he actually we were going to go to a spot in St. John and capture this for timeanddate.com. And it turned out that it was going to get cloudy. So, and we didn't find that out until the night before. So Chris decided to take a trip to Moncton, which according to the clear sky chart that Mike was looking at said it's the only place is going to be clear. And and it happened to be right in that sweet spot. And whatever predicting software you had, it was right on the money. So anyway, so Chris found the spot, and so he drove up that night, drove back home, and then we drove back up again at we were on the road around 3 or 3:30 in the morning, heading to this location. And so it was really, really cold. It was about -8, and we were on the top of this, pretty much on the top of a mountain, looking out over the vastness of Moncton, and it was windy as all get out. So it was about -16 chill factor. So it was cold. I got to tell you.
Yeah, magnet not only means it attracts metal, it attracts wind too, because magnetic hill was attracting the wind for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So what Mike did is he put his truck. I should have got a picture of it, but I didn't. But he put his truck up, and the truck was the wind barrier. And then Chris and I were kind of capping the ends of the truck, trying to keep that wind factor down. And anyway, that kind of worked out good.
Yeah.
And then we started shooting, and we got hooked up. I think we're online at shortly after 6. And the sunrise was what, 10 after, Mike, or something like that?
Yeah, 7:04. Yes.
704, yeah.
7:04. And I've got some footage of the sun actually coming up, just cresting and then coming up from our perspective. And what's interesting about what you're going to see, and probably what you're going to see in a lot of the photos Chris is going to show, is the different perspective of what people saw at what angle that they saw the sun actually breaking the horizon. Now, some of them waited until it was almost totality before they started shooting. And I think based on what I'm seeing, because they were still in the Atlantic region, so it shouldn't have changed. The angle of the sun shouldn't have changed that much in Atlantic Canada from when it first came up. But it did appear to change, and the moon tended to kind of go off to the left as it started to leave the sun at the very end of the thing. But it appears some people waited for it to get to about 83%, I think was maximum.
84. Yep.
84, and then they would have got close to something that they had to look just over, so like a tree line or something like that, and then they got that part of the sun shot through there, which was planned out pretty good, really. So there, that looked, some of those people actually got what looked like the devil horns,
Yeah.
and but I didn't. I got something different, which I'll show you in a bit. And but it was really regardless of which way you saw it, if you saw it, it was something else to observe. So.
Yeah. What's fascinating for me is that we were actually broadcasting to some place like timeanddate.com. I mean, they're huge, and it was such an honor to be able to do that for them. Like
Yeah.
for them to reach out to us and say, well, they knew they were in the area, and someone from Ontario mentioned us to them. So, but we've been talking back and forth, Graham and I, for about 3 weeks now, 3 to 4 weeks, on just different emails. We went to our site, our original site that we had picked out, because we needed a place that had good cell service, and that's not as easy as you think. A lot of the time, the cell towers are pointed directly on the highway because that's where the most traffic is. They're not actually, you might see a tower, 100 meters away, but it's not actually any good for signal. So we had to get at least a 10 megabyte upload signal, and that was tough. Also, being remote, also having a view to the east at the horizon level. So all those things together really made it difficult. So we did have a spot out in Redhead that we were going to try originally, and we were out there in 2 feet of snow or so, first time checking it out. And then the second time we gave it a try, it worked okay. The third time we were ready to go, but then of course the weather moved in. So the site that we picked in Moncton, I was getting the best signal that I could possibly get, but that tower is very busy as well. So even at that time in the morning, a lot of people were up. They were sharing images, they were sharing talk. So the tower got busy later on. So it did get a little bit sketchy by the end of it, but we were able to get through the full hour and a half, I guess, of the broadcast. And we were shown, a number of times, like it had live from Moncton, Canada on the screen, which is really kind of cool to see that.
What I was fascinated by was the fact that anybody that watches this show, we're going to have something happen. Once we got live on timeanddate.com, it went smooth.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Dropped once because the phone actually dropped signal once.
Yeah. That was very early though.
Yeah, very early. And then we rolled again on YouTube, and it was feeding to Facebook, YouTube, and Time and Date all at the same time, all through my son who was in Winnipeg. And like I say, thanks, Mike.
Yeah, very much.
Thank you, Mike. It was awesome. Great work.
He pulled it together for us. Yeah. And
I don't know how he stayed awake.
Yeah, don't know either. Yeah, because for him it was 1:30 in the morning when we were getting up there. So it was 3 in the morning when we started. But he stayed solid, and he made sure that I had the right settings and stuff like that. When we did pop off, he was right there to just pick us back up again. So yeah, hats off to you, Mike, for sure.
Yeah, great job.
Made it very successful. Yes.
Yeah, we were very pleased, and we had a nice interview with him. You can go back if you go into timeanddate.com's live feed, their YouTube channel. I think it's 2 hours and 8 minutes in on the video. There's a short video of us, the three of us, being interviewed by Graham and
on the side of the highway with vehicles ripping by.
Yeah. So
I'm deaf as a post at best times.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there. Mike's got his truck running, cars going back and forth, and we're trying to hear on these little tiny computer speakers. So that's why when you see the video, my head's big, is because I'm close as I can. What they're saying.
Yeah. It was a great experience. I mean, and I don't think we have another one quite as nice as this for at least 10 years. I mean, there's the one in 2026 on August the 12th. That'll be about 40%, which is not bad. It's in August, 2:00 in the afternoon. Great.
Yeah.
Nice weather and stuff. And then we wait until 2079 for the next total solar eclipse. So I'm probably going to miss that one. But there is one in 2026 and 2027 total eclipses over in Europe, I guess, or Asia.
Yeah.
Through Spain and into Africa.
Yeah.
So those are the next two, but we'll only get a little tiny chunk of them. Next year we do have 2 lunar eclipses, but they're not complete eclipse, they're partials. So
yeah.
it beats for a second.
So, seeing that we're going to show a bunch of stuff, I'm going to share my screen and just kind of take you through a little bit of what I saw, what we saw, our perspective. So, can you see my photo there now?
Yeah.
That we can, yeah.
Okay, so this was our horizontal view, just as the sun starts to come up. So you can see it right there. It's just starting to crest. So I really wasn't sure what to expect, but someone had mentioned to me because there was a bunch of people in the crowd beside around us, and they had mentioned that we're going to get more of a shark fin than we were going to get the devil's horns. So anyway, I'm just going to take you through just a quick sequence of this sun coming up from our perspective. So there it comes up, and you're going to start to see it's going to start looking like a shark's fin. And as you can see, because it's so low on the horizon, it's always distorted. I'll make that a little bigger. There you go. So does that not look like? Yeah. So this is the sun coming up. Now the whole time this is happening, we're also facing the airport. So there's an airplane there. These are airplanes taking off the whole time we're watching this perspective. So so here's the sun, and you can see the airplane. It's coming actually more toward me, going down in a little bit. Might have been landing, but here comes the partially eclipsed sun, and now the other part of it, the other side of the, you might want to call it the horn, is starting to break the horizon. So this was it coming up, and we're probably a few miles from this landmass. I'll put it there so you can actually see the whole thing. So then it's coming up here now, and then it's going right into the clouds. But they say there's a phenomena that with eclipses, anything that's cloud that's in front of it actually tends to separate, which in fact it did a little bit here as it started coming through. So it's starting to rise even more. And I'll take it up to a certain point until it gets into the where I switch to white light. Right now, I'm still just using naked camera sensor, 500 millimeter telephoto lens, and this was my view. That's not cropped. So it's coming up. There's a picture that I actually took from it and an image from it. So it's still coming up. It's coming up through the clouds. And you can see there's also a solar pillar right here. And that pillar was on it the whole time that it was rising up. And it's coming up even more so through the clouds. Now it's actually going to start separating. And you can still see, even we go back here a bit, from that perspective, you can see the distortion that's on it. And so somebody was asking me, and this might be an opportunity for a quick little lesson. You can shoot the sun like this at a sunrise with the right settings on your camera and not worry about doing any damage to your sensor. And the reason being is because the light that's being scattered is scattering all that UVIR light that actually creates the heat in optics that goes onto your sensor through glass. And while that's being scattered, it actually scatters the heat value. So, but as that starts to get higher, that will get more intense. But anyway, so that's how I was able to capture that without a white light filter. Anyway, so we'll just continue along here. And so we got the beautiful sunrise coming up with the moon, which was not in its full eclipse state yet. So, or its fullest, I should say. And so you can still see lots of distortion, even at that height. I turned the exposure down a little bit. And that's when I turned into white light. And then from there, just used the white light filter and watched everything move from that point. But it never really got sharp edges until it was actually quite a ways higher up in the air than that. So let me just see here. I'll make my screen and stop sharing. There we go. So that was
sharp at totality, really. It was all perfect view, and then it started to sharpen right up, and
it did.
The rest of it was just crystal clear.
Yeah. But regardless of that, I mean, still, it was just amazing to see, and for those who were actually to get the nice photograph of it, was really nice, and we'll see a bunch of them tonight. So,
I'm gonna get some of these photos here ready to go. Keep chatting there for a minute, guys.
Yeah.
The part that I liked, in between running around and doing everything that was going on, is I looked up and I never would have thought during an eclipse, there's a sundog right in front of me.
Oh yeah. Did you
So
get a
the
picture of
top
it?
was glowing and the sides were glowing. Yeah, Chris is going to show one of the pictures there tonight, I think.
Okay.
But, there it was. It was like, where's my camera? I'm going to get a picture of a sundog during an eclipse, right? I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It was quite an experience. It was. It wasn't the same type of experience that the total eclipse was.
Hmm.
But still, nonetheless, it was still an amazing experience to see this.
Sunrise itself, just before the sun come up, was gorgeous alone. I mean, just that
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful orange.
Yeah.
And then seeing Venus, like bang, there's Venus. So we knew where to set everything because if that's Venus, then the sun has to rise here.
Yeah. 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 It was because we had no experience with that site. But anyway, it worked out well. I must say it was good to us, and we never missed a minute of it. Like we saw some clouds kind of ominously coming over, but they almost like they parked themselves and they stopped and let the sun do its thing, and it did. So you almost set, Chris?
I'm just printing off some pages here. It's longer than I thought.
Oh, okay.
Just the notes. Almost
All
done.
right. So yeah, so what out there and what was your experience out there for the viewers here? You know, how'd you guys experience it? Some were clouded out. I know they had a big event down in St. Andrews and they got a sneak peek. I think maybe I don't know if by the time the clear sliver they had, if the sun was already up or didn't quite make it or something. And then there were some others that got a bit of it and then it went away. I'll show that tonight on Rosanna's episode. She was in a different area altogether. I think she was in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had to chuckle when we went to Moncton. We find out the Moncton group's going to Cape Tormentine.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to get it over the ocean. I think
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. All right. I got a few pictures to share. First of all, I'm going to share one that I had missed out on last week. First of all, it was I apologize, from Rob Fanning, Rob and Lisa. And I'm going to bring it up on the screen here. First of all, find out which one. Bring it up to, let's see, go this one, I think. There it is. Okay. Bear with me, guys.
We're bearing.
No.
This is where we need music.
No, we can just
I
sing.
can sing. Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
Okay, well, you have a first picture here. I'm going to bring it up. Finish my share my screen. So here it is. See it there?
Yeah,
There we go.
Okay, so this is first up from Rob Fanning. And Rob actually included a picture last week, but I didn't get a chance to show it. So he said, good morning, Chris, all as well. Took this cell phone pic at Sandy Hook this morning. He said, I'm calling it the Blackbird Moon.
Oh, very nice.
Certainly makes sense.
It
Thanks,
does.
Rob.
Beautiful.
Rob. Nice shot, yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay, now we're going to get into some of the eclipse photos. But first of all, I got these ones from the lunar eclipse from Bruce Alcorn. He
Okay.
captured these ones last week.
Oh yeah.
The lunar eclipse, of course, and he said these are the ones I took early in the morning of March the 14th.
Wow.
So we've got
Moon.
just the different phases.
Hang. Yeah, the stars. Look at that. That's nice.
Yeah.
Full blood moon.
What's the red?
That's one that's coming in our shadow.
Oh,
So Chris, if you just click on the center of any one of those pictures, all those little small thumbnails will disappear.
Oh,
You probably had less clouds than we did by the look of it.
yeah, we did. That's right. Well, thanks to those, Bruce. You get much better shots, I think.
Yeah, very nice.
So now I guess I'm from Yves Saint Germain. He says, 1 second. He says, greetings. He said, Chris, he says, Venus greeted us on arrival at Point Ocar. Hang on a second, get these ones out.
Yeah.
Marishi says, very chilly. There's Venus, of course, sitting there. We're getting that in our morning skies now. Nice crowd, he said. We set up two telescopes. The first pic was a view of the Bay de Van Island with Venus on the right, which you have that. Second one is the view through the eyepiece. Look at that now.
Oh, look at that.
And third one is our observation stations.
Yeah, that looks warm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Where's that at?
In Miramichi.
Nice spot though.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
There's the fourth one is the sunrise itself. Beautiful
Oh,
spot.
awesome.
Great spot for it.
Don't tell me that sun come up right between the that split.
Yeah, no, that's the four that we had.
That's something.
This was our first gathering for our club, so that's awesome.
Right on.
Oh, very nice.
First
Congratulations.
for the club. Congratulations is right.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I gotta find out where I am next. Hang on a second. I may have some of my notes mixed up. Because these are Trudy Almond's shots.
That's good.
Oh, she was down at Quaco?
Yeah.
Done a Quaco, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, great
Except
shot.
for the clouds, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this guy.
Yeah.
A lot of colors though.
A lot
Yeah,
of
the
colours,
colors
yeah.
are beautiful.
She was able
There
to
you
catch it,
go.
bring it
I
through the
like that
horizon.
too.
Mm. And
Oh, look
there's
at that. She got
Right
it.
there. Yeah.
did. Oh, yes, she did. There.
Awesome. Well done, Trudy.
Nice.
It looks like a smiley face.
It does look like a smiley face, doesn't it? Yeah. Well done.
Yes, sir.
Got it clouded over again on RC.
Yeah.
Mm,
Thanks, Trudy, for those.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
This one came from Terry Simons. He says 7:09 a.m. just as the eclipsing sun. Oh, she said, I'm sorry, not a great picture, but it was such a great sight to see. I thought it was pretty cool because here's her reflection. Look at the
Yeah,
eclipse
yeah.
reflection.
It's backwards.
Yeah.
It's a sharper version of the eclipse, though.
And a lot of the photos that came in had that type of image in it, so it was kind of cool
Yeah.
to see that. So, nicely done, Terry.
It is neat.
Oh, that's awesome.
This one came from Natasha Parsons. It's just 7:09. She said, just as the eclipsing sun crested the horizon, no change in the light, she says.
Is
Nice.
she a Quaco as well?
I think she
It
was.
looks like Quaco to me.
Does look like what? No,
I like that too.
maybe that's the color. The color change is what she's pointing out, right?
I like
Yeah.
that.
Nicely
Sure.
done, Natasha. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wow.
We're going to move on to John Hayward's capture here.
There you
Oh,
go,
nice.
There
shark.
you go. There's your shark fin.
Back over the water. That's perfect.
Taken along the Miramichi as one of the sun's devil horns broke through the clouds that were on the horizon. So yeah,
Yes, sir.
let me drag this one over for a second, Dan. Hang on a second.
Oh,
Just gonna move a window here so I can see what I'm doing.
okay.
And I just want to make sure I get the names all in the right order here. And we're down to John. We got John Hayward. Okay, so perfect. Now, so thank you for that, John. Laura lays is these ones. Laura captured this one and a second one here.
Ah, yes.
Ah, yes.
Got all the protection on for sure.
That's
That's the way
very
we need
cool.
to do it. That's the way we need to do it.
Is that you, Mike?
No, that's another guy.
Plain and safe.
Looks like Mike, doesn't it?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, great shots though. Thanks, Laura. Thomas Premier. Is this one here? This is Thomas's. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look at all the reflections again
All
off the.
reflections again. Yeah.
Very nice.
Some were saying like a double sun rising, but I believe that was the double sun idea. but
That's
still.
Nibiru.
From there, we're going to go to Stephen Hashey's picture.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
look at
nice.
that.
Do that one, huh? And look at the shot with it.
Like Pac-Man gonna eat a bird.
Yeah. Nicely
That's
done.
nice. Yeah.
That's a beauty.
Very nice.
We're going to roll along through a few more until we get to a point where we're about halfway here, and then we're going to stop and we're going to roll bud on bud, then into Roseanne, and then back to some more photos. So let's keep going though. Marilyn Colford, captured this one here. Nice, Marilyn. Just right at sunrise. Good
Nice.
stuff. And Larry Caleb, I think it's Larry Caleb or Caleb Larry. This one here.
Oh, very nice.
Nice, nicely done.
Mm.
Lots of happy faces.
Does it say where he is?
No, it didn't say. No. John Hayward got this one. He said, this is a collage of my partial eclipse images from 7:13 to 8:17. I was in the Miramichi area and we had some clouds on the horizon, but clear skies above.
So, sorry, Chris, if you look
Yeah.
at his collage
Mm,
from start to finish, you can see how the moon shadow, almost like it started turning and going another way,
right. Yeah.
right? Because when it first rose, you could see the shark fin, we'll call it.
Mm,
But he had the same perspective. So, his is a real live collage, I guess, of start to finish, which is the way it would have been and oriented correctly.
Right. But I mean, it all started, of course, below the horizon too, right? So, I mean,
Yeah.
this here would have been over this side, completely. But yeah, because it was a partial eclipse and flown across the moon, that's why we got this kind of an image, right? But
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
nicely
that's a
done.
really good. Yeah, that's a
Really,
nice.
really
Nice.
good collage.
Yeah.
Thanks, John, for that.
Mm.
Lots and lots of nice photos here. Here's one from Christy Duplessis. Says through the eclipse glasses. Here you go.
Oh, look at that.
Glasses itself, yeah. I thought they were eyelashes there.
Wonder how'd you get the camera behind her eye.
Yeah, that's tough. Nice shot, Christy. And
Very
Amy
nice.
Price, a couple from Amy Price here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And there's another reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go again. So yeah,
Isn't that something, eh?
different. Eh?
It's nice.
That is very cool.
I'm gonna go from there to Derek King.
Oh,
This one here.
love
The
that.
one right there looking right in the water.
I
Yeah,
love
The ice.
nice one. Nicely done, Derek. Thanks for that.
I love that.
And then Corinne Lebuche.
Oh, nice.
Cool
There it
capture.
is.
And there she is again. Nicely done, Corinne.
It's to see a lot of people got out and shot this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the different views, eh? With the landscape.
Rick going out.
Yeah. The colors are pretty consistent too.
Hmm.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Thomas Herbretro, I'll say. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. From Millville, New Brunswick, peaking at sunrise at 7:15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. There you
Look
go.
at all the look at all the
Three of them.
reflections.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't get to see three of them, but
Oh my God.
That is so cool.
For your pleasure.
yeah.
Key.
From there, we're going to go to Heather Fife. Capture here. She has a few of them here.
That's Thomas Hubert.
I'm sorry, that's Thomas. Yep, sorry, that is right. Here you go to Heather Fife. Yeah.
No, that's Thomas as well.
Thomas. Okay.
There's Heather.
There's Heather. I had her
That's pretty shot.
5. Yeah.
Oh, they were nice.
Did she say where she was, Chris?
Heather didn't say no.
I was gonna say, it looks like the Sussex area.
Mm. There's one, and here's the second one. Lots of
A
snow.
lot of
Anyway.
people getting it.
Mm.
Very
Yes,
nice.
sir.
Very nice.
And there's another one from her.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fredericton. Fredericton.
It is Fredericton, I guess. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Big giveaway there. Yeah. And another one. Actually, have one more.
Look at the colors of the sky, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, the way the sky color was just amazing.
Yeah, something that I noticed when I was talking with someone while we were watching it at near its maximum is how dark it was on the ground. It wasn't totally dark, of course, but how much darker it was, and a lot of people weren't looking at that. I said, "Have a look around. Look at how
Yeah, yeah,
almost dark it got." Right?
yeah. And I mean, yeah, partial eclipse is so much easier to see through the trees. Holding a colander outside and seeing all these different shadows on the ground when they were at the partial phase too. So there's
That's
lots of
pretty-
things you can see.
Yep.
At sunrise is a little difficult because it's so low, but you can still capture it for sure.
Yep.
I'm gonna go from there to Kirsten Mallets.
Well, that's cool.
It's in my A.
Mm,
Very nice.
that one as well. And I'm just gonna show a couple more here before we here she has another one here too, I think. Third one. Nope, hang on, back. Well, there we go. Oh yeah, nicely done.
Yeah.
Kirsten Mallet, sorry. And then we have Brian White's capture here.
Oh, look at that.
A great one. Yeah. Okay, so we're down about almost 50, so I'm gonna go just a couple more because that's how many
I
we have.
wonder where that one was, because look at the angle that it is.
Hmm.
So it must have been further along in its evolution, and that's probably why, because it's starting to go more like what would have been the horns if we had caught it at that stage coming up from the horizon.
Right.
So he's got quite a tree line there. So
Yeah. So he might have been farther west than us, I guess.
Yeah.
So here's another one here from
Awesome,
Stephen.
very nice.
Stephen, here we go.
Mm, nice.
And who did he have in here? I think it was just the one. I think so. Yeah, it was. And
Very nice.
Jerwin Izara.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
Isarza. Jerwin Isarza. Yeah, so another nice collage.
very nice.
Start
Yep.
right through. Well done.
Very nice.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing for that because that's enough for right now. We're going to get to a couple more topics yet, but thank you, everybody. That's amazing. And I'm going to keep that captured just where it is so we can get back to sharing more of these in a few minutes. All right, so how about we head over to Vinyl Bud next?
I know, but
What a boo.
Do the comments here. Once we finish Vinyl Bud, I'll read some of the comments that have been coming in.
all right, he should be coming up on the screen there.
Yes.
Binocular target of the week this week is, and it's very similar to last week's, only this time it's not broken. It's the actual full engagement ring, believe it or not. So this can be seen around Polaris itself, as like Kurt said, if you remember, and it can be best viewed with a low power telescope or definitely binoculars. The area around Polaris with the pattern of an engagement ring is shown. The circle is about 5 degrees field of view. And it's actually pretty good. It stands right out. So how would I find it in the sky? Well, tonight, if it wasn't snowing again, at 11 o'clock, you go out, look due north, and you're going to see the Little Dipper. And once you find Polaris, because Polaris is actually the diamond in the diamond ring. I don't think that's hard to find. So there's Polaris, and look at there's the circle around. There's the diamond ring. So there you go. You look up, find Polaris, you find the diamond ring. What would it look like through binoculars? Roughly something like this. And you can see the diamond and then the nice circle of stars all the way around it. So that makes our diamond ring. 10 by 50 binoculars. It's a good size. It's pretty sharp. But again, not hard to find. Once you find Polaris, you'll see the diamond ring. Compared to the full moon, probably the same size as a full moon. And I know somebody's been waiting for this one, so here we go. What do you call an explosive ape in space? A baboom. Last binocular target of the week. I know, bud.
Boom, boom.
Now, Danny
Boom.
waits for these every single week. Danny waits for these jokes because that's what he lives for. Is your jokes at the end of the Vinyl Bud.
Boom.
With the shared person this time, huh? Yeah.
I like that
Like
one.
that one, yeah. All right. Let me get to a couple of comments here. Bridget was asking, what settings did you use for the photos without the filter?
What's that? What's the question?
Back to you, I think, Paul. Yeah.
I didn't hear the question.
Oh,
I like that one, Mike.
what settings did you use for the photos before?
Oh,
without
hang on. I'll have to check and see. Hold on here. I'll see if I can
the
find
see if
out.
we got other comments here.
Give me one for the unfiltered ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or without a filter, she said.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll open the camera and it'll probably open right in front of me here.
You were shooting a manual, Paul?
Okay, so I used ISO 100
A manual or PA?
and everything's manual.
Manual, okay.
Everything manual, and I used in my white balance, I used cloudy because I wanted it to be a little more orangey or a little more warm, which in fact is what it turned out to be, just perfect. And I was a 500 millimeter lens at 500 millimeters, so I was extended out to 500. I was using f9 at 1/500th of a second exposure.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Got a few comments here. Emma says I had to lean over my balcony on the 5th floor to see the sunrise eclipse. Scared to drop my phone and hurt someone below, but it was gorgeous, she says. And then Bruce Alcorn says I was out watching the partial eclipse from Quispamsis. I'm usually sitting over here, so I have to kind of lean over to see the screen. -7 temp to -10, or a bit more with the wind chill. So they got some nice picks, so great. Derek King took a long time to throw out again through, though it was great to get out for the first Miramichi Sky Experience meetup. That is great, yeah, awesome for you guys.
Oh, perfect.
Love the shark fin description. He says there was a little girl where we were viewing who said it looked like the sail of a ship. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
Mark says the dedication and the sacrifice of all of you of your personal time shows us the event is beyond amazing. We owe a lot of gratitude for the effort. Thanks very much for that, Mark. We appreciate that. Means a lot. I always love the way the sky goes dark on the side that's eclipsed, and then it's blue when it's not eclipsed. Jeremy says that. Christy Buckley says Okay, yeah, Christine, what is the phenomenon with the clouds parting for an eclipse? What is the phenomena with the
I
clouds?
don't know. I had somebody send that to me, and I will actually find that out
Just
and let
what
you know a little
occurs
later.
on the horizon as a sunrise eclipse. Yeah, Kurt might have an idea here. Okay,
Kurt would know for sure. Yeah.
Kurt might tune in. He's watching. So.
Yep.
And yeah, so there we go. So let's go to Rosanna's fun fact maybe next, Paul.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll
Let's
get
do
into
that.
some photos.
All right. Give me a second. I'll get things ready. There we go. I'll put it here. Okay, I'm going to share WA screen. And this is this week's.
This week's.
That's fun fact.
Hey, welcome back, Rosetta, for another absolutely wonderful fun fact for tonight. And so Rosanna's kind of talking a little bit about what went on. I think she was like everybody else, want to get a little piece of the eclipse. So let's get right into it. So Rosanna writes, "Hi, Paul. What a great weekend for anyone who was up early on Saturday morning in the Atlantic provinces. Although clouds did prevent some from seeing more than just a few minutes of the partial solar eclipse, even a short peek was worth the early rise. I was in Old Orchard Inn in Wolfville, Nova Scotia. At first, it seemed that the position of the inn, which was on a hill, but also had an even higher tree-lined horizon view to the east, meant that I would be out of luck. I spied a high patio deck that would at least put me almost level with the horizon, but was refused access due to renovations that were taking place. This was there was a nice hilly climb to a stone patio outside the restaurant at the other end of the building, which gave me this view to the southeast. And I'm going to actually show you that view. Hang on. There it is there. So that was her view to the southeast. Yeah, to the southeast. And there was this view to the southeast, but the view to the east contained other patio and treed horizon, seemingly blocking the sunrise. So amazingly, the sun did start to peak between it all. Now, here's that block view, what she was talking about that she had to deal with on that patio. So that led to this. And now you can see that same thing in her photo. The actual clear version off the side of the sun. Very, very cool. So I gave up trying to take any pictures as I just wanted to watch. I had brought eclipse glasses with me, so I handed them out to the restaurant staff and a security guard. The clouds moved away like magic and didn't start to crawl back over the eclipse until it was nearly finished. Everyone was delighted at what we saw through my glasses. There we go. And their viewers was more like this photo from my friend Judy Baker, who was watching from Pleasant Ridge, not far from my house in New Brunswick, taken with her iPhone. Now, also, here's into another story. Now, looking up is always a good idea. 4 days ago, Europeans in several countries were astonished to see this develop in their night sky. So as you can see, there are some phases that was going on to this. And people were kind of freaking out, saying, what in good gracious is this? So what was this mysterious glowing spiral? We've all seen daytime crepuscular rays and anti-crepuscular rays. And so that's a crepuscular ray. And then that is an anti-crepuscular ray. And the difference being the crepuscular rays appear as sunbeams emanating from the sun or setting or rising sun and appear to have coverage on the sun, while anti-crepuscular rays are the same phenomenon but appear on the opposite side of the sky, converging towards an anti-solar point, the point directly opposite of the sun. But this glowing and growing spiral was due, so let's go back to the spiral, because I don't think she shows it again. Let's go back to the spiral so you can see what we're talking about right there. But this glowing and growing spiral was due to the Falcon 9 rocket from Elon Musk's company SpaceX that was launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida on Monday. It was carrying a classified U.S. government payload. The striking spiral effect was caused by frozen fuel released from the rocket's upper stage, which caught sunlight at high altitude and produced this luminous display. Christian Medica, an avid sky watcher who has spent the past 2 years filming the sky in Croatia for his YouTube channel, was stunned. This was the first time I have seen this, he said. At first glance, I literally thought it was some kind of wormhole from Star Trek, which you can obviously expect. Anyway, so at the end of it, the Department Falcon 9 slipped up and opened the wormhole, but only for a moment, and I doubt anybody saw it. And that is this week's No Sound.
Santa's fun fact.
And there we go. Thank you so much, Rosanna, for that awesome fun fact and your experience with our partial solar eclipse.
Mm,
That's awesome. So she got to see it, which was wonderful,
that's it.
and got some photo or a photo or two at least.
Mm.
And then that was a big topic, that spiral thing. I don't know if you guys saw
Yeah.
that.
Yes,
I didn't see it. It'd be
I had
neat to
2 or 3
capture.
people.
What's
I had
that?
2 or 3 people send me messages on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'd love to
nobody knew
capture
what it
something like
was.
that. I'd just love to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if that's ever been seen before, but I'm sure it's happened. But anyway, the first time being caught like that. So
Yep, for sure. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rosanna.
yes,
All
thanks,
right.
Rosanna.
Let's go back to a few more photos. See if I can get to where I was. A second here. Where are they at? There, okay, yeah, we're at German. Sorry. German, sorry. Yeah, okay. I think I'm in the right order. Now, go back to sharing the screen again. And this one, yes. We up there? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So that was German's photo. We're going to go on now to Nicola Hamilton. There, Nicola Hamilton, I'll say. There we go. There again, another reflection down below.
That's so cool.
I said, didn't manage to go anywhere, and I couldn't see it until it had been up for a bit, but I like the way you can see the shape and the effects for sure. Yeah,
Mm.
nicely done. And you're going to go from there to Julie. I want to make sure I didn't miss one there, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, just resizing. Julie Baker's capture here. Nice one, Julie.
Yeah, very nice.
Didn't get in your way. That's perfect.
It never gets old.
Yeah.
Oh,
And this one is from Stefan Cormier.
Nice.
Character at Wharf. He says 140 millimeter, 1/20th a second f9 ISO 100 with 30 seconds for landscape using a 16 stop ND filter. So yeah, you picked that one up.
oh,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Got it.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Really nice. Good stuff. Thanks, Stefan. And from there, we're going to go to Natasha Peterson's capture here.
Oh, it looks like she got part of it in the frozen on the ground.
Hmm.
Some ice there. She was getting reflection.
That's here. I just want to be sure you got the right order. I don't want to miss anybody here.
Yeah.
We are at Stefan Natasha. Okay, yeah. And then we're going to go to Kirsten Stockhouse's picture here. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
The horizon. Mm.
Kristen Stackhouse.
And then Mary, nice one, Kirsten. And Marianne McKinnon Gillette just before sunrise, I think this one was. Yeah. So yeah, nice. Eh?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. And we're going to go from there to Gina McLeod, I think is next. It's Gina McLeod's capture. There again, another reflection.
Wow.
Going to go from there to Erica Lynn White's capture here in Fredericton.
Yes, yeah, down there.
Yes, sir.
In the snow.
Nice.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
lens
that's right there on the ground.
Yeah.
All the reflections.
Wow.
Thanks for that, Erica. And over to Sophie Como's capture here.
Their head.
Mm,
Nice.
A little bit of cloud just traveling over the face of it.
just a bit.
There's shark,
Sylvie
yeah.
Gucci's, another shark fin.
Oh, there we go.
Sylvie, thank you. Oh, there's
Oh,
Sylvie.
sweet.
Good timing there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Good stuff.
awesome.
All right, on to Denise Damone's capture here. There we go.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Just coming up over the horizon, eh? Yep, beautiful.
Very nice.
Yes. Yeah.
And on to Michelle McCormick's capture here.
The red and
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. We'll start to leave.
And this one from Jeremy Costang.
the yellow.
Jeremy Costing, yeah. look at
There's a
that.
good use for a lens flare, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just perfect.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, tough.
Another from Jeremy as well. Great
Nice.
stuff, Jeremy.
Really?
Very nice.
And, Michelle, it says LLK. I'm not sure what that is for last name, but anyway, we'll say Michelle.
Yeah, right over the power lines.
Well done.
Mm.
Carol Gilmore here got this one just as it was rising.
Oh, look at that. Nice view.
Nice
Yes,
done.
sir.
Nicely done, Carol. On to Madonna Smith's picture.
Very nice.
Nice. All these different angle shots and different ways of capturing it for sure.
Mm.
Amber McNally's capture, beautiful.
Mm.
That's
Very
from
nice.
Central PEI, she said.
Just needs a pair of eyes to be a smiley face.
There you go.
Mm.
I move on to thanks, Amber. Robin Moy's capture here.
Oh,
Look,
that
nice,
was nice.
beautiful colors, just
Sure.
as it's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Taken by my friend in Uptown St. John's, he said so. So just getting it.
She could have got up to the other balcony, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah,
That black look, don't put a plane.
That must be West Side, eh? Yeah.
it is. Yeah, I think so. Oh no, Uptown, she says so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
this one's from Deanna King. Keswick. She said I was in the Low Valley. But there you go.
Oh, she got it.
Got it. Yeah, that's the main thing. And thanks, Deanna. Lindsay Higgins. Give us these ones.
Yes.
And
Draw some teeth on that, Mike.
Yeah, close to totality there.
Mm.
there's another beauty. That's a
Very
beauty.
nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well done. And
Mm.
the third one here. That's the old shark fin.
Yeah.
Yeah. There it is.
Nicely done, Lindsay. Thanks. Lisa Fanning sent this one in. No, it wasn't her.
Look at the sky, eh?
Yeah, no,
Mm.
Lisa's.
Oh, red.
Where's Lisa's? A little bit farther, I think. No, but I know I got her in here somewhere. This is Elaine McDonald's capture.
Nice.
And
Oh, wow. Look at the
Oh,
color.
wow. Man.
Very nice.
Mm.
yeah, and on to here's Lisa's picture. Yeah.
Oh, that's different.
Not what I had hoped for, she said, but we made lots of new friends on the beach. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Beautiful picture. Wow.
I was going to say, yeah, look at the skies. Beautiful.
Nice. Tamara Ibanez here
Very nice.
on the mirror sheet.
Love the reflections, eh?
Wow.
Oh, it's nice, eh?
We have Brad
Cool.
Perry here. Brad Perry in West Point PEI.
Sir.
Brad, nicely done.
Oh, you got a PEI. Oh, very good.
That's a water.
Moving on. Yeah. Moving on to Mel Milton here. Mel.
Yep.
Awesome. You got it.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Looks good.
On to Debbie Linton, I believe is next. Hang on a second. Yeah, she's right here. Yeah.
Yep.
Debbie Linton.
That's got lipstick on the smiley face.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And
Yeah.
Kristen Stackhouse, there's a nice.
Oh, nice.
Good timing there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Uh,
Yeah.
Thanks you, Kristen. Andrew Layden, here's
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Layden. Yep.
Oh.
Nice.
Yep, got it really well.
I'm gonna go from there to Rob Thorne.
Oh,
Capture.
yeah, coming up. Yeah.
Here you go.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
And on to
Very nice.
thanks, Rob and Andrew Loader. Look at this now. Yeah.
There you go.
Wow, look at that now.
Like two
Double
months.
banana.
Yeah.
Huh?
And another one here.
Oh, look at
Cool.
look to the right.
All on this side, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
That's
right,
very
right on
cool.
the water.
Yeah, and the
That's
couple
different.
Oh my God.
one here going
That
through.
is very
That is all
cool.
kind of, yeah, just count them. There must be 20.
Very nice.
That's cool.
It's cool.
It is, yeah.
Tried to sit before the clouds rolled in, but I think he got part of it.
I think, yeah, for sure.
This one's from CJ Bernard. He said partial solar eclipse here in Nekotik, I'll say, to beat the First Nation. Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra.
Oh, nice
Wow.
job.
Yeah, 200
Wow.
megapixels. Auto 5 times.
That's a crazy shot.
The shot, yeah.
Mm.
And then Derek Grant's shot just
Well
just an ordinary crescent moon. He says sunrise kind of days. Yeah.
done.
Nice, nice.
Yes, sir.
Nicely done. These are great pictures.
Really?
Everybody, amazing. I'm going to move to Jeff Pendlebury here. Jeff is this one here.
Oh, there you go. There's nice white.
So I found it interesting that I was able to bring out the orange at the beginning of the
Oh,
eclipse,
yeah.
like a typical sunrise. But as
Yeah.
the event distanced itself from the horizon, the orange hue was no longer sustainable, he said, or attainable.
Yep.
So that's his second view. Yeah,
That's why we get sunset and sunrise are orange and the midday's not.
that's right.
Beautiful.
And moved into Tammy McLean's, which is here.
Yeah, got a cloud over it there now.
Over here from Tammy.
Oh, sweet.
She gets
Yeah.
some nice captures. Yeah, a third one there with some cloud cover, but
It still looks great with the cloud stuff over
oh,
it.
it does. Yeah.
Well, that's ball
Oh,
shot.
Good
Oh
call
yeah,
shot.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see, I was trying to show some of the structures on the ground, just for perspective,
Mhm.
just how big it looks at the
Yeah, the tower there beside it. Yeah,
Yeah, if you look some of the buildings right below it,
yeah.
those are
Amazing.
all big industrial buildings there, and
Nicely done, Paul.
yeah, thanks. It was great to be there.
Mhm. Yeah. Mike Powell's
Oh, nice.
picture.
Quick
Mike,
collage.
yeah, you captured those from the live feed, I assume.
No, that was
No.
my camera
Oh,
outside the truck.
Oh, it was okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Running back and forth between the live feed and that.
It looks just like it. Yeah. Good stuff.
You
Well
got
done.
all every part of it.
And your capture.
Wow.
Yes, nice.
And
There's Venus. That's the
Venus,
one that
yeah.
got me. She stood right out there.
had an idea where the sun was going to come up because Venus was up.
Yeah.
We were following Venus as it was rising, and we had a pretty good idea where the sun was coming behind it.
Yep.
And here's your sun dogs.
There's the sun dogs, yeah.
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 Right after
That really caught my eye. It was
Yeah.
like, wow,
right after the eclipse. Awesome.
Really?
Good stuff.
during. That was
Yeah.
right during the
Oh, it
eclipse.
was
That's-
during. That's right. It was too.
That just broke the horizon.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I didn't know it was possible.
Mm.
I suppose if the sun is shining, everything's right, you get it.
Yeah.
You know, it shows us about today's technology, though. When you look at these pictures, a lot of them have cell phone antennas in them somewhere.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard to get away from it. For me, I just I didn't capture anything. The only thing I captured was this shot.
You were busy enough, Joe.
The live broadcast, yeah.
Yeah, you're busy enough.
It was a busy day, but there's no doubt. Yeah, I was live streaming at around 2,000 megabits, so it wasn't really great as far as the signal goes, but we were able to do the streaming. And
But at least you were warm the whole time.
I was, yeah, I was sitting in that's right. I was sitting in the front seat of the truck. These guys were outside doing all the work.
Yeah, Chris there with his boots off and his feet up on the dash and everything. He said,
Oh,
"Oh, can
yeah.
you go adjust that
Talking-
camera? Can you go
Yeah,
adjust that? And
Can
don't
you
walk
change
in
that
front.
focus, guys, a little bit for me there? Yeah.
Yeah,
And don't walk in front of
the
it for the sixth time.
Yeah, for a photographer, Paul, you walk in front of the camera like the 6 times. You're trying to
I
eclipse
was
the
so
eclipse.
cold I didn't care.
I guess not.
Yeah, note to self, mount the camera on the roof of the truck next time.
So
Yeah.
for me though, it was this. Like this was the ultimate for me. Like I'm always about sharing the outreach. Like if I can get this out to somebody that's at home, like somebody did message me and say they just got out of the hospital, they were home, they get a chance to watch it on. I was like, that just filled me right up. I said, well, this is awesome. So for me, Facebook gave us 51,000 views on the partial eclipse.
Wow.
51% from non-followers, which means it was shared a lot of times for our viewing. But my biggest happy face, I guess, was for this one here, the YouTube time and date, where they received 288,000 views on their time and date broadcast. And here we are here in the bottom right corner, because we were interviewed at the end of the broadcast, or pretty close to the end. Once we had ended our part, they got online with us, Graham and Ann here. absolutely fantastic people to deal with.
Oh, they're amazing.
Oh,
They're
just
amazing
amazing,
folks.
amazing
Yeah,
folks.
absolutely.
All the way through this, we were nervous about it, and they were, you guys are doing a great job. Thanks so much for it, and very appreciative. And we'd be happy to team up with them again for another.
Oh yeah, they were so nice. Those people are just amazing. Yeah.
They were, yeah, and they were in Norway, so we were broadcasting to Norway, and then of course from Norway, time and date streams it out to so many places, and CNN picked it up, I guess, and CTV National News picked it up, Global picked it up, so from their feed, so that was great. So it gave us some nice publicity from that. We do have an interview on their YouTube channel from 2:10 to 2:45 where they talked a little bit to us about what was going on. So yeah, it was really nice. Oh, it was that long. It was more like 2:15, I think. Yeah, you're only on there about 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But it was nice to have that opportunity to get an interview. We talked a little bit about SNAS and
Remember, time flies when you're having fun.
Sure
Yeah,
does.
that's
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say from that one, if you have any photos to share with us, of course, here we are. We'd love to share them. So bring them up here, send them into astronomybythebay@gmail.com. Before I sign off of that, I want to look at something else here. Bear with me for a second. I'll get it up here. Because I had a couple of shares. I'm gonna stop sharing here. I want to
There
share
you go.
something else here a second. Screen. Over here. This one. So here. And better get this on my screen. Stop this for a second. Because they did have somebody that sent in a couple of videos. So these are really short videos, but I'll just send these along too. Screen again. This one. Here. Oh, here's a quick share of a video that was sent in by I can't remember the name now.
Wow. They must be going through a telescope or something, were they? Or just zoomed on an iPhone.
But pretty cool.
Yeah, very nice.
Sure.
Get a capture like that. I mean, this is almost complete the view. We share another one here. Top of that one, right here from Tammy McLean from Charlottetown.
Gorgeous.
Look at that beautiful water, right?
Really nice, eh? Yeah. Just to be in a location like that where you were going to get, there's the reflection again.
Yeah.
That over the water is just, it's always impressive. Thanks so much for that as well. I'm going to move from that one now to this one Kathy Adams sent in, and it was kind of neat because it was more along the line of this.
Oh,
Just
watch all the birds going. Yeah.
before the eclipse happened, this was happening. So
They're crazy.
got this view in St. Andrews, I believe.
Hope they're wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Yeah, so that's
They knew the shark was coming.
they knew the shark. Yeah, that would have been the idea right there.
The colors in the sky, eh? Oh, it's
Oh,
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Okay, so just a very quick what's up. Get to our screen again one more time. Here. Okay, so just a very quick what's up. This week we've got on Tuesday night, April 1st, the moon is going to be just a half of a degree from the Pleiades star cluster. Always nice, the two of these together. The fact that the moon is only going to be a few days old, I guess, would mean that the moon isn't going to really overpower the Pleiades, so you should get a better opportunity. I mean, when the moon is full and it's near the Pleiades, it's almost impossible to catch the both of them in a shot. But when you've got the moon like this, just a thin crescent along with the Pleiades, it should be nice be able to capture those two together. I'd like to see if somebody can capture those and send them in to me because I'd like to see that next week. So that's Tuesday night, just a half of a degree or about the width of the full moon away from the Pleiades cluster. Again, on Friday this week, the first quarter moon pops out. Of course, that's a great time to be able to be looking at the moon, even through binoculars. You get a chance to follow along this line. We call it the Terminator. You get a chance to see all these different features that are followed along that Terminator line. Craters and mountain ranges, things appear so much larger when they're next to the Terminator because of the long shadows that they cast. So catch that one on Friday.
Wow.
Wednesday, I guess I should have mentioned this one first. April 2nd, the moon is going to be near Jupiter. So, of course, the moon's moves about an hour later each night, follows along the ecliptic. Anything else that follows along the ecliptic with it, kind of like Jupiter and planets and the Pleiades, the moon will approach them usually each month. So here's the moon on Wednesday, a little bit larger than it was on Tuesday there, and it's within the field of view of Jupiter as well. So this is the view through 10 by 50 binoculars. So you can catch the two of those and view together. And of course, if you want to get out and take a look at what's coming up in the future, you can go here. This is Lisa's Lookup Astronomy and More. You can find her on Instagram, Mastodon, Facebook, and Threads, and now on Blue Sky. And she goes by Ruby Moonbeams. She puts out this great chart every month. This is the one for April that she just sent me. List the event, list the dates, the peak times for that event, and your seeing tools, naked eye, binoculars, or telescope. So thank you, Lisa, for that. Lisa also presents this nice downloadable copy of what's coming up, to what's to look for in 2025 through North America. So take a look at that. You can download a copy there on her page, Lisa's Lookup Astronomy and More. And here's our March, April calendar. Getting to the very bottom of this one now. Kurt will be putting out another one very soon, I'm sure. But you can go to sjastronomy.ca or RaskNB to download that calendar and put it on your refrigerator or wherever you go to get your food. And that's it for that part. So, what do you think, guys?
Well, it was a great show. It was really good to have Danny on board with us.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming along, Dan. It was wonderful to have you.
Yeah.
And thanks for everybody that put pictures in. There was some
Maybe
beautiful
next
shots.
week. Maybe next week.
Yeah, maybe next week.
Yes.
We'll see.
And a shout out to your other son, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Michael.
Mike,
Michael,
for
thanks.
doing all that work.
Yeah,
Without him, it would have been impossible to pull that off. So
absolutely, 100%.
yeah,
He was these
Yeah.
shows every week. Yeah, so Mike is in the background working hard for us. So we appreciate Mike.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so let me just chat amongst yourself there for a second, guys, so I can get my video up here to go, if you don't mind. Anyway. Da-da-da-da-da.
What?
Oh, orange screen. Don't you guys have anything to say?
Always do.
I've never seen you at a loss for words.
Always
Yeah, I'm still burned out from Friday morning.
Oh,
Well, I think,
Tell more space puns if you like.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, almost ready. I think we're just about ready. Should have had that open, but it's hard to open up too many windows at once. But anyway, okay, I would say that's our show for this evening. So I hope you enjoyed the program tonight. Special thanks goes out to Rosanna once again for another interesting Rosanna's Fun Fact. Thank you, Rosanna. And my brother Danny for joining us this evening. Hey, Dan,
I
our biggest fan, so we have to get him back sometime down the future.
well, maybe,
Special
maybe
thanks.
next week.
Next week. Special thanks to all of you who share our program with your friends and family too. Remember too, we do love getting your photos, so send them into astronomybythebay@gmail.com. We'll be happy to put them up on the next broadcast. Don't forget about the contest. Sorry. Tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. I'll be making a draw for the prizes for the contest that I've been promising for. So it's just been a really busy week, but I'm ready to draw tomorrow night. So watch the Facebook page here tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for the contest draw. So until next week, wishing you all clear skies. As we like to say, guys, open your eyes to view the skies. Keep your scopes. Point it up. Thanks everybody for joining us. Have a
Bye.
great week.
Night.